Hello, Erin Elizabeth coming to you from Mysteries in Penrith, Australia for another weekly reading. So, just in reflection of the week that you've just had, where we planted some seeds and had some patience for the new ideas to come in, for some new experiences. And that patience has really helped us to exercise that self compassion muscle. We need to practice these things in order for it to become a little more natural and automated. And that's where the patience has come in. If we jump too quickly into things before we've worked on some of the underlying issues, then we don't see the full success and fruition of what that is that we've achieved. And then we're looking for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing without allowing the full experience and the lessons to be fully learned and to come full cycle. And so, in that, we are somewhat holding back our own progress and evolution. So, just something to consider. So, I'd like to add in a few more decks today, and I'm going to start with an oracle card, and it comes from the Archangel's Oracle from Kyle Gray. And what we're doing is we're inviting in a guide who is guiding us in this reading today. And I know this is the right way to start the reading because I've got this tingle in my crown chakra and then it just went all the way down the right side of my body. And for me, that's my sign that I'm connected, which means that when you happen upon this reading, you are ready to hear it. You are ready to hear it and you are ready to receive the message. And pay attention throughout the reading to those moments for you where you might get some goosebumps or some tingles or a warmth in the heart or a little catch in your breath. Look out for those little telltale signs that this message is talking to your soul. Now, some of this will talk to your conscious mind and your logical mind, and you'll want to make sense of it in that logical way. And that there are other components of the reading, whether it's the vibration and the intonation of my voice, the spirits with whom I'm working with today, that vibrational energy that comes across will give you a tell within your body and even within your mind and your soul in a more subtle way, potentially, especially if you are not used to paying attention to those signs. So let's see what guide is going to work with us today in delivering these messages. Oh, and these goosebumps up my legs. Oh, wow. We've got amethyst, and this is about a metamorphosis. So I love that last week we finished on talking about planting that seed and having some patience to see that come to fruition. And now we've got the metamorphosis. You are in a vortex of deep transformation. Surrender to the process that is unfolding. So in that patience, there's also that surrendering. And I'd like you to just take some moments throughout your week to consider surrendering to some of the things that you happen upon, some of the situations that you find yourself in, rather than being reactive, be a little bit more reflective. And then decide how you would like to proceed, how that feels. Challenge yourself to do something a little bit differently and see what the end result is going to be of tackling something from a different perspective or with a different kind of energy or mindset. So I'll just show you that one again. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm going to keep this card out so we harness the full energy of that guidance. So we'll start with the Gilded Tarot Royale. I used it last week and then in a previous week. But I just, some people have been asking to see what the tarot decks are that I'm using. So I'm just showing that to you there. And this is for our first layer. So this brings the three themes to work on for the week, with the overarching message being this metamorphosis and surrendering to that. But it's going to be for your greater good. Whew, there's one card left there, wanted to be left out. Please don't be left out. Just having a little sneaky peek of what that is so that if it shows up, there'll be a message embedded within that. Okay, what needs to come to our attention for this week? More in the detail of this surrendering and this metamorphosis. 1, 2, 3. All right, our 3 themes and things to work on. And they could be 3 separate things, or there could be an interrelationship between the 3 of them, or just 2 of them. We'll see. So we start with the 4 of Cups. And this is really bringing to your attention those things that you might have your mind and heart on what it is that you want or think that you desire. And while you're fixating potentially on those things that don't seem to be working out for you or happening, you're missing what's right in front of you. So there is an offering on place in store for you. And you can see that right here. Here's the offering, the cup, the emotional experience. But you might miss that. You're at risk of missing that because you're fixated and you're thinking about all the things that maybe aren't working out quite the way that you would like them to. So just bring to mind, what am I potentially missing out on while my mind and my heart is just fixed? It doesn't always mean that this particular card, but this is how it's coming through in this message today. So this is how some of you need to hear it, to bring to mind, what am I missing or potentially missing while I'm just gung-ho or sad or fixated on the thing that doesn't seem to be working out. And now we also have the 8 of Wands, and this has come up in a number of our readings. This is expansion and things happening quickly. It's movement. It is travel, and travel can be in the physical, or it can be in the spiritual, it can be in the emotional, it can be in the, there was another one that went, so it's not that. But this is things happening, expansion quickly, warp speed, and this is the metamorphosis. Once you surrender and see what's on offer, so we're already connecting these, when you see what's on offer and you accept that and you say yes and you surrender to what that is, even if you're not quite sure what that's going to lead to, or even if it's the right thing for you, but have that little leap of faith to go, well, that's the thing that's on offer, so it's, don't I owe it to myself to explore what that is? It's going to happen quickly. You're going to see the results of that very, very quickly. It's going to be big. So that's exciting. These goosebumps keep coming. Just wanted to let you know that. And finding the balance within that. So when things happen quickly and they take off, you can have a bit of a wobble, especially if you've been in this period of, when's it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Why isn't it happening? And then you surrender to it and go, oh, I'm just going to try something differently. Let's see what happens. And then, wow, boom, it happens. You can be a bit off kilter and a bit off balance because you're not used to that energy that's coming in. And perhaps you're not even used to the success. Like, oh my goodness, what do I do with that now? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm so used to waiting or not getting the thing. Now I have it, and I have it in abundance, and it's just come in full force. Let me find my feet. Let me find my balance. So just come back to center. Come back to center. Do those things that are healthy for you, body, mind, and soul. Food, exercise, meditation, music, good people, whatever that looks like for you. So this is very much fitting in this theme of surrendering for the metamorphosis and then allowing, giving yourself time to integrate that so that you embody it. And for our in-between layer, I'm using the in-between deck. And I don't know if many of you have worked with this or seen this before, but this is the deck that sort of picks up the energy of what sits in between each card. What's the energy there from one card to the next, because there is a flow-on effect, a progression from one card to the next in the tarot. And I don't often get jumpers, so I'm going to take that as a sign that that is our first card. So I'm going to sit that one there. And it's cups under cups, I can tell you that much. And for our next two, there's 1, and 2. We'll keep them as a surprise. So our partner card to the 4 of Cups is the 9 of Cups, which picks up the energy of the 10 of Cups. So it's what sits between the 9 and 10 of Cups. So 9 of Cups is about wishes fulfilled and really feeling into the self-love, right? So when you take on what's on offer, you have the faith to do that, you're going to be really pleased with yourself, and it's going to be a really happy and joyous thing for you first and foremost, and then for those around you. Because the 10 of Cups is all about family and love and fulfillment and happiness and joy in a group setting, usually family, but those people that feel like family and those connections and your tribe. So you've got people to share that experience with, but first you feel it for yourself, and then you embody that, and then you emanate that for others, and you become, an inspiration to others because of that little leap of faith that you took. You got yourself out of that rut. You dug yourself out of that hole, and you did something differently, and you get to see the results of that. So that's got to be good, right? So our partner card to the 8 of Wands, this expansion, things happening quickly, is our King of Cups. And our King of Cups is the master of emotions. So we've got all our emotional cards over here in the cups, all about the feelings, developing the feelings of self-love and then sharing that with others. And now there's mastery. Our kings are all about mastery, and it's mastery of those emotions. So as a result of you having the faith and surrendering to what is on offer for you, you then get to experience mastering your emotions. And when you get to master your emotions, you're offered new experiences and new opportunities, because this then comes full cycle back to the Ace of Cups, where there's new things on offer. Very, very exciting, new things on offer. And this is very, very emotional. It's very fulfilling and filling of the heart space. So it's a really feel-good week. And our partner card to Temperance, more cups, 2 of Cups into the 3 of Cups. So sharing the love, you find your balance, and you find that balance with someone really important to you, your loved one, your spouse, a special friend, a child, a parent, someone that you have a very deep and special connection with. You get to be a role model and inspire them and have a richer relationship with them, because you have integrated the emotional experience that you've said yes to. And then there's an expansion. It goes beyond you and another person that you get to experience that with. So it's just very much about you having the faith and having the experience for the expansion of the heart that then you get to share with others. Wow. So, that's the benefit. That's the benefit of you saying, yes, I'm going to stop fixating on the things that aren't working out for me and look to what's on offer and embed myself in that experience. And then that has that flow-on effect for benefiting you and everybody else around you. And I don't have the box for this, but this is my Radiant Wise Rider-Waite tarot deck that I've worked with for some time, and I use it every week, either at the beginning or the end of this reading. But let's see how we can complete this reading, fill it out, go deeper. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just a little recap, because this is all mixing in with each other. They're all connected. The 4 of Cups, taking the opportunity that's there for you to have the emotional experience, and then the benefit that has for your own self-confidence, self-esteem, self-love, and then sharing that with family and friends and those people that you love. And we've got Temperance again. So embodying that. Excuse me, this reading is making me super hot. There's so much energy in this little room. So you can see that as a good sign, as a very strong connection and a very strong message for you. And for me, all of us. But Temperance is here again. So it's about integrating that body, mind, and soul, finding the balance, not having an overemphasis on just always, always, always about the emotions. And at this particular time, there's an emotional balance required, which will then have a ripple effect into other areas of your life. But it starts with getting on track with and getting on top of your emotions and letting go of the thing that you're fixating on to invite in what is on offer. And then you find the balance. You might be feeling a little bit imbalanced if you are fixating on something that isn't working out. And if it's not working out, based on this, it's a clear sign to move away from the thing that's not working out and look to what is there on offer for you. So with our Eight of Wands, things happening at warp speed and the expansion, coming full cycle with the mastery of your emotions so that you're offered more opportunities for more growth, is our Moon card. And so use some intuition and discernment, because sometimes when we are very successful at something, we get on a high, we get really excited, and we can forget ourselves. And we kind of get pulled back because maybe we're stepping into ego a little bit, where we just go, oh, look at how good I am. And I'm not suggesting that you lovely people are doing that, but it's just maybe just observe yourself, that you have the success and you feel good about it and you allow yourself to feel good about it, but be mindful of how that impacts other people. When other people are not holding the same vibration as you and allowing themselves to have the experiences for growth and evolution, they might not be so happy for you, or they might, it might trigger something within them where they feel a bit inadequate, and therefore they might not be as on board as what you would love them to be. And that's okay. That's not your responsibility. That's a lesson for them, but it's also a lesson for you to not push this onto others. If you feel like they're not ready, let them be. Let them be. You have the experience. Oh my, really is quite warm in here. All right, so Temperance over here with our Two of Cups. We're sharing this with someone special when we find our balance, and then we can expand that to more of our tribe, more of our people, more of our family. The Fool. We get to have a new experience. It's a leap of faith. You get rewarded by going, here's something new. Go you learned the lesson, you had the faith, you worked towards your metamorphosis, you surrendered to the offer that was there that you were initially reluctant to see, to acknowledge, and to take on. But now that you have, you've come full circle, you've had an opportunity to master your emotions in the area that you've been offered. And now you get to have a new experience, a new exciting experience. And when it comes your way, you do it. You say yes. Even if you don't know what the outcome is going to be, even if it feels a little bit of a risk take, be aware of the consequences, but do it anyway. The Fool shows up when you're ready for a new experience. You've got your spirit guide here. You're not taking baggage with you. We've talked about moving on without the baggage before. And now it's about having a new experience. It comes on offer for you because it's there for you for your growth and your evolution. Now, remember, we've got this beautiful guidance from Amethyst, and about the metamorphosis. This is about change. If we want different, we have to do different. If we want to feel better, then we have to invite new experiences into our life. And sometimes that's a bit scary. But having the faith that we are meant to progress, and there's always a spirit team, our spirit guides, the angels on our side for that support. So you are never, ever, ever alone. I invite you to talk to your guides, your spirit guides, your team that's there with you to guide you for your greater good. And it might feel like it's that little inner voice and that you're just talking to yourself. But just stop and pay attention to the feelings and the words that come when it's encouraging you to do the things that maybe you're a little bit reluctant to do or fearful of. You can sit in meditation with that, but take some quiet moments to really notice what other energy and information is coming through for you. These readings are great because it brings your attention to some of these areas that you're ready to move on for, but you also hold a lot of those answers within you, and you can access them by just having those quiet moments and having the faith that the information that's coming through is for your greater good. And you'll know if it's for your greater good because it'll feel good in your body. Even if it feels a little bit scary, that's just the fear of something new and different, and should I? But just take notice. All right, the seal the deal card that we do at the end of every reading comes from the Messenger Oracle by Raven Felon. So what is the messenger? What has the messenger got to say? What's the message to really seal this reading? Just feeling the energy of those cards and inviting in the message for the collective, for all of us. And the message is respect your boundaries. Respect your boundaries. And I feel like it really comes back into this one where you're not pushing through someone else's boundaries, but you allow your boundaries to be respected. And while you're having your metamorphosis, that you be careful about who you allow interfere with that. This is your experience. This is your experience. So respect your boundaries about the interruption to that, because if you're doing something different and you're changing something up in your world in order to have this experience and surrender for your own metamorphosis, that might throw other people off a little bit because you're doing something differently. And they don't have the reliability and the certainty of knowing that that's always how you behave. And so they might try and pull you back for what feels safe for them. So respect your boundaries, and very nicely and kindly, it doesn't have to be in a nasty way, assert yourself. This is what is right for me, and this is how I'm navigating this aspect of my life at this time. Okay, so hold strong and hold true so you can have the full experience. But this is bringing to your awareness that while you're having this amazing week with this amazing opportunity on offer for you, that your boundaries might get tested. So, wow, what an amazing, amazing reading. What an amazing week you've got ahead to have that evolution, that metamorphosis, and an opportunity to surrender to what that is, which helps you to build faith and trust in yourself, in your spirit team, in the universe. So with that, I leave you from Mysteries here in Penrith, Australia. Big love for the week and beyond. Mwah!